Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is planning for you better than you plan for yourself. If the believers could see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was planning for them behind the scenes, how He was taking care of them, managing their affairs behind the scenes, then your heart would melt out of love for Him.
Good morning. I think it's like 7-ish. And it's still so dark outside. I had to use my phone to put some light on. So I just made my wudu and I'm just gonna do my skincare. I recently switched to Korean skincare because of the boycott movement. I didn't know that so many companies are involved or investing in the apartheid state. So I literally use basic stuff like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna do a tutorial here. Taking care of yourself is also part of ibadah. This is something I've been trying to implement recently, like trying to renew my niyyah and like kind of connect everything I do with Allah. It just makes your day easier and it makes doing like tasks you don't want to do easier. So I don't know, having these reminders that you're doing it for Allah and like you're taking care of the body He gave you, and that cleanliness is part of Iman, part of faith. One thing I gotta say is like the weather is really not helping at the moment. Depending on when I wake up, sometimes I really like to get ready and like do my skincare before I pray. I've heard this somewhere in a lecture that when you're praying, you're meeting your Lord. So you want to meet Him in like the best state. Some scholars even suggest like that you put perfume on yourself and like you dress nicely, just to kind of mentally prepare yourself to actually know when you're standing on that prayer mat who you're standing in front of and who you're praying to. So I do find that helpful, to be honest, because sometimes you just pray as in like an automatic mechanism. When I finish prayer, I don't feel like I felt anything. That's when I know something went wrong. So I think it's always important to also go back and reflect on those prayers and be like, okay, what happened? Like why was I not having khushu on that prayer? Why was I not concentrated? Why was I not like also feeling anything? What am I missing? And I think one of those points basically is just, I know, remembering who you're standing in front of and remembering who you're talking to. As you can see, it's gotten a bit brighter outside. So basically, I've been feeling very, very lost in the past couple of weeks, just feeling super purposeless. And since Ramadan is literally around the corner, I've been trying to make the Quran a habit in the morning again. I did it for a while and it worked, but then I got super busy. So what I try to do in the morning, because I feel like that's when like my mind is most clear, I try to go over what I've memorized and then using the Tartil app, which I really, really love. This is not an ad, but it's just a really, really good app if you're trying to make the Quran a habit. And I use that app to kind of hide the ayat and then I just read it out loud and then it shows me the ayat while I'm reading it. So this is how I do revision. And then what I try to do is also read 2 pages a day. Like obviously this depends on like how well you can read the Arabic of the Quran. And, like I chose 2 pages a day for now, inshallah. I have this Quran. Let me show you. Wait, I need to get it now. This is the Quran I use to kind of do tadabbur. It's not like there's a difference in Qur'ans obviously, but this one, so this one just has like extra lines on the sides, so I can like write down questions or write down reflections or like write down meanings of words, and I find that super helpful. It's just to help you engage with the Quran. Again, this is just kind of an idea that I got. You don't need to have the same Quran. You can just write down your thoughts on a sticky note. That's what I did previously, and then get like an extra notebook and then write down your thoughts and like your reflections on there. But it's just really important to kind of reflect, so I've been trying to keep that a habit. And so subhanallah, like I'm being very honest about this. I don't really like to share my feelings online, but I thought this might be beneficial to some of you, where like I've been feeling so lost and purposeless in the past couple of weeks, and I find myself going back to the Quran the most and asking for guidance the most. And Allah promises us to find that guidance in the Quran. And as I keep making this a habit, inshallah, that I will find true guidance and I will find, what I'm looking for. So this is kind of your reminder to try to make the Quran a habit, especially now before Ramadan. To whenever you're like feeling lost, like you have any problems in life, to just turn to the Quran. SubhanAllah, as humans, we turn to other humans for our own problems. But reality is, no other human being will ever like feel what we feel. No other human being will actually understand our pain, our suffering, whatever. This is where you need to turn to Allah first and ask Him for help and relief. And like people on the internet will make it seem like they all got their life together. When no one actually tells you that they all feel lost at some point, and that's when you got to recenter yourself and trust Allah the most. Trust that He has a plan that you don't understand fully, but because He's the all-wise, He's gonna have a plan that's way, way better than anything you could have ever planned. And to remember that Allah will gift you that light that will lead you out of the darkness at the right time. And subhanAllah, the older I get, the more I tend to reflect upon like how many times I did not think that I'm gonna survive a hardship, yet I still survived, and yet somehow I still got through it. So having that reference point and remembering how Allah helped me before also helps me like gain my trust, So inshallah this helps at least some of you to pick up the Quran, like start making it a habit. Now let's head outside to you. I just got to the hospital and I'm going to the pediatric clinic right now. We have a beautiful grey, gloomy, cold day in Germany. This is me trying to stay positive. The good thing is in pediatrics, the rounds start at 9. At least that's the case for my department. So I get to come in a bit later. Whereas when I was placed in surgery, neurosurgery, and then gynecology before that, I had to be there at like 7:37. So I left the house at like 6:15, 6:20-ish, and I still got there late. Because it's such a pain to like leave the house early and would literally leave and it's still dark outside. I mean, it's still not that bright outside, but it's still brighter than other days I would leave the house. So these placements, we have them for a week in our last semester, and you kind of just realize how tough it's gonna be when you start working later on, and you're just like, wait, I have to do this like for years now. Just waking up early is really a pain. Like I find waking up early is fine if you stay at home, but then when I have to leave early as well, that's when I get really depressed. On the other hand, you're super productive when you start your day early and you finish your placement and you, I don't know, finish your studying and everything, and it's still like 5 p.m. but just doesn't feel like it in the winter time. Okay. I'm at the clinic, so I'll see you soon.
My dear Muslim, be excited about what Allah has written for you. Be excited about what's coming to you. Be excited about the future. Be happy. Be energetic and enthusiastic to see what goodness Allah has written for you. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for us all the goodness. If something is upsetting you today, it's not going to be upsetting you tomorrow. Whatever is upsetting you, Allah will take care of it. Whatever you're not getting, Allah will give it to you. Whatever you're struggling with, Allah will rid you of it. Whatever is causing you pain, Allah will remove it from you. Let go of that internal conflict. That Quran, it's not a burden on you. Allah tells Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, we did not reveal this Quran for you as a burden, but we revealed it as a treatment for the diseases of the heart. Be easy with yourself.
So I just got signed off and I'm going to the cafeteria now, but I need to go pray first. So I hope I find like a little corner because the prayer room is a bit on the other side of campus. So an empty hallway is my best friend. It looks a bit creepy, but I'm gonna pray here. I'm gonna go grab something to eat because I'm starving. Alhamdulillah, that was a good meal. That was an unexpectedly good meal. When you eat in the German cafeteria, always keep your expectations low. But this one was actually okay. Now I'm heading to the library. My favorite place. Every student's favorite place. Update, it's like 4 p.m. right now, and this is the current situation. I just need to finish this one chapter. I am working with Boss. This is, I think, a platform kind of every German student uses. So I was just finishing up this chapter here, and I just look up and I just see it's so dark outside already, and it's only 4 p.m. Normally I would stay here until I finish my study plan, but today I'm going to be leaving a bit early because I want to go to the mosque. I want to go to one of the classes we have because I haven't been for a while. I have like an hour left and then I'm going to head out and then maybe try to finish the rest at home, but we'll see. Maybe I'll just do it tomorrow.
Ursprung des Kindes ist im körperlichen, welchen Untersuchung die Mutter. Wer hat uns erschaffen? Allah. Zu wem kehrt das Kind immer zurück? Zur Mutter. Zu wem kehren wir zurück? Allah.